It's time to film one of my favorite videos, which is my monthly TBRs. Will I ever read half of these books? Probably not. But here's my priority April reads for Sir. Dorian's very talkative today. He's got a lot to say, so he might interrupt. So sorry about that. But I have my April reads, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. So of course, I got my first two book club picks up right away. So for Smut Club that I co-host with Cheyenne, we are going to be reading Brazen by Lola Finn. So this one is a novella, first of all, which is what we need. We need a quick palate cleanser. We haven't had the best luck with books lately with our club. So we needed something just like quicker to hopefully just like cleanse the palate a little bit. And this one is a dad's best friend summertime romance. So I'm pretty sure our heroine in this one, her family owns this like beach resort or something, and her dad's best friend comes and stays there for the summer, and then when he's there, she like seduces him. I don't know. This is like a brand new to us author. Again, neither of us have read anything by her, so we're excited, and also just like excited for like a bit of a summertime read. I know Cheyenne, obviously living in Florida, she got sunshine like 24/7. It's like super gloomy today, and there's supposed to be like tornadoes tomorrow, which is like, please don't. I'm terrified of natural weather storms, but I need some sunshine. I need like some like fun summer vibes. So I'm really hoping that this is going to deliver on that, and just hopefully it's like a fun, steamy, quick time, and just again, a good palate cleanser for us. And then for Out of Bounds Book Club that I co-host with Nikki from Nikki and Bookland, we are doing That Sick Love by Jessie Hall. So this one I'm really excited for. I can't remember who had commented it, but someone a while back had commented that I really needed to read Hawk by Jessie Hall. And then like after I saw that comment, like 3 days later, then I saw a bunch of people reading Hawk all of a sudden. So I know that that's been like popular. And then That Sick Love is Jessie Hall's newer release. And this one is a dark cult romance. And with this one, I think our heroine is actually maybe in like the leadership of this cult. And then our hero is trying to like break her out of that and like pull her out of the cult and like their whole business. So I don't really know. I know some of my friends have read it and like loved it. I've also heard that this hero has been compared to Zayd Meadows from The Cat and Mouse Duet by H.G. Carlton. But then some other people have been like, how dare anyone compare this dude to Zayd? So I'm like kind of excited, kind of nervous to see this hero because I obviously love Zayd so much. So I'm very excited to see if he'll give that energy or if he's going to fall short of that. But I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, again, that this one is another good one. We've actually had this past month, like our Out of Bounds Book Club pick, absolutely loved. So I just want to like keep that momentum going. But we shall see. To be determined. Next up, I want to read Lovers Like Us by Kristen Becker Ritchie. I've actually already started this. I'm only, like a couple of chapters in here. I'm literally only on chapter 3. I actually started this a few weeks back, right after I finished Damaged Like Us, but then I got sidetracked with like reading book club picks and like required books that I had to read. So now that I have like some freedom again before I have to get back into book club picks, I want to read Lovers Like Us and keep going in the Like Us series by Kristen Becker Ritchie. So this is a spin-off series of the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series. It's following the next generation, and this book specifically is following Mafi. He had the first book, Mafi and Pharaoh, and it's his romance with his bodyguard Pharaoh. And I'm just really excited to see where this goes, as of course as like all these books do. They're like very high drama and such, and the last book ended with some serious drama that I was not expecting, and I'm very excited to see where this like keeps going. And I'm really excited to still continue to hopefully get more of the side characters, because like Jane is just like my favorite. I already am really excited to get to her and Thatcher's books. They're 4 and 5, I think. So Mafi and Pharaoh have the first 3, and this one they end up going on like a tour and like going around and like doing like meet and greets and stuff because they're from a very famous family. They're like celebrities. And Mafi, I think it's him going on a tour with Jane and Sully, who is Reich and Lily, not Reich and Lily's. Oh, I'm feeding into those rumors. Reich and Daisy's oldest daughter. So I'm really excited to keep going in the series. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, definitely a high priority for me. Next up, I want to read The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. So I've gone back and forth on if I want to read this book for a while, and finally I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna put it on a TBR, put it on the top of my list, because here's the thing, I've read 2 other books by Chantal Tessier. I've read Sabotage and I've read The Ritual. I liked Sabotage, like that one was fun. Here's the thing with her books, they're kind of outrageous, they're a little ridiculous, but they're like super hot. They're kind of fun to just like have these really like ridiculous things happen and like these really ridiculous heroes. So sometimes like I'm just in the mood for something like that. And The Sinner is the second book following up The Ritual. It is a standalone within like a series. Like I think it's a companion series. I don't even know if we met the characters that are going to be in this. I don't even really know the premise of this one, but I remember when it first came out, I was really excited to read it, but then I saw some not so great reviews about it. But then now lately I've seen a couple of good reviews and I'm like, you know what? I just need to see for myself. I need to stop basing like my judgments already on a book based on seeing like people's opinions, because obviously everyone's gonna have a different opinion on the book. So I am excited to give this one a go, just because I know that I'm just going to be in for like a roller coaster of a time. Like it's just fun. You just kind of have to suspend your disbelief with her books, and when you do, you can like really enjoy yourself. I'm putting it on here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna dive in. And also like this cover. Her covers are great. She has really, really great covers on her books. Like this is just like, if I saw this in a bookstore, like I know that Barnes & Noble tends to obviously like revamp their covers whenever they traditionally published indie books. They like do like discreet covers. And like I don't hate a lot of those. Some of them I do. This one is one though that if I was walking through Barnes & Noble and I saw this cover, sold. Like even if I didn't know what this book was, I would be picking it up because like, are you kidding? I'm intrigued. That was kind of loud. Oh my God. And I do live in an apartment. So, okay, I'm going to try to be quieter. Okay, Without You by Marley Valentine is the next book up on my TBR for this month. So this one, it was actually on my 23 books to read in 2023. I really want to read this one. It's an MM Brothers X romance. So I'm pretty sure one of the heroes, I think it's maybe even his twin brother, passes away. And then it's him getting in a relationship with his dead brother's ex or like boyfriend. Yeah. And I've heard it's like really emotional, really angsty. And here's the thing that like I finally really want to pick. Well, I've been wanting to pick this one up for a while, but I found it on Hoopla. It's on my Hoopla, the audio is, and one of the narrators is Teddy Hamilton. So like sold. I'm still like pretty new to the world of audiobooks, even though I've read like almost as many audiobooks as I've read on Kindle Unlimited this year. So like I'm reading a fair amount on audio this year, but Teddy Hamilton by far is my favorite narrator that I found so far. So I'm very excited then to like listen to him narrate this book. So I did download it on my Hoopla and I will definitely be listening to that this month. Next up is one that I've had on my TBR for forever and people keep telling me to read it, but here's the thing, I don't like the cover. So I've always put it off, and that's Loving Mr. Daniels by Brittany C. Cherry. So this one is a student-teacher romance, which y'all know that's like my trope here. I love student-teacher romances. Like I've read tons and tons and tons of student teacher romances, but I haven't read this one before, and I haven't actually read anything by Brittany C. Cherry, which I have a lot of her books on my TBR, but I just haven't read anything from her yet. So I'm going to give this one a go finally, because I'm craving a student teacher book, and I'm going to give this one a go. So I don't really even know, I mean, it's student teacher, I don't really know besides that what the rest of the premise is, but the covers just always put me off because I felt like it looked very like clean romance. So I don't know. I don't think it's a clean romance. I hope it's not, but I guess we're gonna see. I don't know. I feel like it's just time that I read a Brittany C. Cherry book though. Next up, another one that I put on my 23 books to read in 2023, Musical Lights and Never After by C.L. Matthews. So this one is an age gap rock star romance. So the heroine is older than the hero, which I'm really like into now ever since reading Mercy by Sarah Kate. I wasn't really before, but I really enjoyed that book a lot and loved that age gap dynamic between them. So I want to read this one, and also I've never read anything by C.L. Matthews before, and I just feel like, again, it's time. They have beautiful covers as well, too, and I'm kind of in the mood for, like, a dark, angsty rock star romance, and I think that's what I think this one is really toxic. I'm pretty sure Nikki had said that it's, like, a very toxic romance between these two, which, again, just fills my soul. The toxicity just feeds on my soul. What are you doing? I don't know if you could just hear that, but something definitely fell off of my kitchen counter. And guess who's not supposed to be up on my kitchen counter? Okay, next up, I want to read 3 Hard Lessons by Nikki Sloan. So this one is the second book in the like Blindfolded series. It's like her series surrounding a sex club. And I read the first one last year because I got a deal on like it was a free ebook one day because they didn't used to be in Kindle Unlimited. A lot of Nikki Sloan's books aren't. But then she recently announced that she was putting this entire series in Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like, well, I gotta check it out. And also like I want to support authors who are moving their stuff into Kindle Unlimited. Like Saffron Kent is moving her like Thornchapel. I don't know if she's moving all of her books, but I know like it's not Thornchapel, that's Sierra Simone's series. What is her series? Like the My Darling Arrow and like Bad Boy Blues, like that series is coming into Kindle Unlimited. So again, I didn't put any of hers on my TBR, but like I want to support authors who are moving their books back into KU, who like took them out. Because it's like, I read so much in KU. I know a lot of you guys who like, obviously if you're here at my channel, you're like here for indie romances because that's what I read. If you're not, then like, so sorry, you're not getting the content you probably want because that's all I pretty much read. So like, I want to support those authors who are putting their books back in Kindle Unlimited and show that like, there is interest for them in that program. Because here's the thing with this book, I liked the first one, but I was like not interested enough to like purchase the ebook to keep going in it. But then when they're in KU, I'm like, what's the harm to like even give it a go? And like, I never really DNF books and I don't see myself DNFing this book, but it's kind of like when there's so many others in KU that I want to read, I'm not normally going to spend money to like buy an ebook. So then now that this is in KU, I want to read it. So I'm pretty sure this one, our heroine works at the club and our hero comes in and wants like a date with her, but wants like an actual date and then wants to like kind of be her sugar daddy, I think it sounds like. I don't know, but I'm excited for it. And like I said, Nikki Sloan just like always delivers a certain level of spice. So you just know you're gonna get like a fun time with that. Next, I want to read Insta Love by Danielle Allen. So this one actually, when I did my Kindle Unlimited TBR, when I was reading that back, I was like, when I was editing it back, I was like, why is Insta Love not on here? I literally downloaded it. And then I went on my Kindle and I looked in the Kindle store and it says like, you've downloaded this. But then when I went to my like screen, it's not on there. So I'm like, I don't know where this book is, but I had it downloaded and I want to read it because Caitlin from the Love Librarian, she posted in her stories that she posted like a little mini review of this book and she had said, if you love is Blind, read this book. And I was like, I love Love is Blind. I'm just like obsessed with reality TV. I'm mostly like a Bravo bitch, but I love Love is Blind. And no, I haven't watched the 4th season yet. There's too much TV to be watching right now, but I want to read this book. So I'm pretty sure our heroine, she's had like a series of bad breakups and like bad relationships. So she's kind of like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to like sign up for this one like dating show or something that's like similar to Love is Blind. And then it ends up being her and the hero's love story, but it kind of like centers around reality TV. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. Once Caitlin had said like for fans of Love is Blind, I was like, you know, like I don't really need to know anymore. So I can't tell you what happens past there, like what the circumstances are around them like getting together outside of like that. I think it's going to be similar to Love is Blind. So Caitlin, you sold me. And I'm excited to read this. Next up, I have Fake Empire by C.W. Farnsworth. So this one I remember a while back, Tori had it in a rec video, and I had added, Tori from Novel Life, and I had added it to my TBR, and I kind of forgot about it being buried in there, but this one is a billionaire romance, but they're both billionaires, or like they both have their own money, and I think it's in an arranged marriage, or like a marriage of convenience between the two of them. But like what I love specifically and what I'm really intrigued by is the fact that they both have money, because a lot of times it's like one of them has money and then the other one is getting married to them, not like for their money, but you know, I just want them to be on a bit of a level playing field. So I'm excited to read this. I've never read anything by C.W. Farnsworth, and there are some other books of theirs that I know I've like marked on my Goodreads, but this is kind of the one that I want to start with. So I'm excited to finally give this one a go. I feel like I got burnt out by billionaire romances a couple of months back, and then I needed to like take a break from them, but I'm kind of like back and ready to be in the mood for a billionaire. And speaking of billionaires, I don't know if this is, I feel like yes, because Anna Huang just like loves to write billionaires, but King of Pride by Anna Huang, actually the cover reveal just dropped today. The purple spine on this, obsessed. I'm so excited to see her covers for the series, because this series is gonna be 7 books, I think, and like King of Wrath has like a really beautiful like deep red spine, and then this one has like a beautiful purple, and I'm just excited to see like all the jewel tones across the series. I'm just so excited. So this one, we already met, I don't remember if we met the heroine, I can't even remember the heroine's name, but I'm pretty sure it's the hero Kai, and we did meet him in King of Pride, and he was like kind of hot, like a little aloof, but like a nicer guy, you know, like in terms of like the, not like nicer to be like, oh, you just assume they're all dicks, but I feel like sometimes, you know, like you meet the side characters and you're like, oh, you're a bit of an asshole, and then like they redeem themselves. I feel like he was like kind of like a bit of a jokester with Vivian in the first book and was like kind of a bit of a friend to her. I did read that blurb this morning, but of course now that I'm like filming this, it's like lights on, no one home, so I don't know what it's about, but I love Anna Huang's books, and I will read anything that she releases. Next up, I want to read Wretched, or is it Wretched, by Emily McIntyre. So this is the third book in her Never After series. I read Scarred back in February, was blown away by it, loved it, and I want to keep going in this series. So I don't know if I'll read this one physically, or my Hoopla does have the audio. I just got the audiobook of this one and had Hooked in Scarred, and that's how I listened to Scarred. But I don't know what I'm going to do for this one. But this one is Wizard of Oz inspired. So Hooked is obviously Peter Pan. Scarred is The Lion King. This one is Wizard of Oz. And then the fourth one, which I'm really excited, is Twisted. And that's like Aladdin. I don't think I'll appreciate any of like the comparisons to like Wizard of Oz. Because like in Scarred, I was able to like see like, oh, the Lion King like metaphors and stuff in here. I won't understand any of those because I've never seen The Wizard of Oz. And before you say like, how have you never seen The Wizard of Oz? My mom never showed it to me when I was younger because she knew that I would be so upset. I guess like the dog gets taken away by flying monkeys, and she knew that that would like traumatize me. And she would be correct. I still don't want to watch that as an adult. Y'all know how I am with animal violence being my one and only trigger. And I don't want to see a dog get kidnapped. I don't care if the dog has a safe return. I don't want to see it. So I've never seen Wizard of Oz. But I think in this one though, the heroine is the villain. Are you joking? Like, I want to read that. And next up, I want to read Iced Out by C.E. Ritchie. This one I've just seen all over the place. It's an MM hockey romance. And I just love hockey romances. I pretty much never say no to a hockey romance. And I feel like, you know, I kind of got to go like every other month with reading a hockey romance. It's just gotta like, I've just got to fill that taste every once in a while. So I want to give this one a go. And last but not least is a fan fiction, which shoot, I don't know who this is by because I didn't write it down earlier, but I want to read The Auction by Senlin, or not, why was I just about to say Senlin Yu? It's not, that's Manacled. Loves Bitka 8, The Auction. So here's the thing with this one is that this one has been on my radar ever since I read Manacled. But when I had seen this, I know that it's like the third one and there are like 2 others to come before it. And I always thought that you had to read those other 2, and I had no interest in those other 2. So I was like, I don't really feel like reading 2 other fanfics, and fanfics are always long. And I was like, I don't feel like reading those 2 just to get to this one that I'm not really like super interested in those other ones. However, then I was just talking to one of my friends, and she has read The Auction, and she did not read those other 2, and she was like, you're fine, you can jump right into it, you're gonna be okay. So I'm like, cool. Then I downloaded The Auction, and I'm just kind of ready to get back in my fanfiction mode. I really actually want to read, I think there's a Hunger Games fanfiction that's told from like PETA's POV, and it's like, I want to read that. I need another like good Star Wars fanfic, like a Kylo Ren one. I don't know, I'm just kind of in a fanfic mood. So I put The Auction on here, and I think it's another dark one. I don't know, I truly don't see anything ever surpassing Manacled in my opinion. Like, Manacled is a masterpiece. Like, I don't think I've ever, like, would I even refer to any other books that I've read as a masterpiece? I don't know. Probably not. Manacled is truly in like a league of its own, but I want to give The Auction a go and see if it'll give me like that same kind of feeling. So anyways, that is my April TBR. I think we got a lot of good books coming up. Anyways, that is it for today's video. And then next week I am going to have up on Tuesday my March wrap up. And then Friday, hopefully another one of the book draft videos. Those just take me a long time to edit, so I just have to like make sure that I have the time to put into those. But I'm hoping that like the book girlfriend draft will be up next Friday. So anyways, that's what you have to look forward to. So anyways, that is it for today, and I will see you when I see ya.